All right, hey everybody, welcome in. Midwest Mike's coming at you with another week. I'm Gary.
This is Austin.
And we are back with another show. Before we get going, just remind everybody to check us out on social media. Pretty much Twitter, Facebook, Snapchat. This week we actually jumped ahead and got some Instagram. So we're on Instagram now too. So
getting fancy.
It's all under Midwest Mike's, YouTube. Check it out. Let us know what you think. Plenty of ways to contact us and let us know if you think we're a couple of idiots. We actually kind of got our first hate comment on Facebook this morning, sometime around in the middle of the night while I was sleeping.
I didn't see it.
You didn't see it?
No.
Some guy was, mainly talking bad about the NFL and, because of the whole kneeling issue.
Oh.
Why are we even wasting our time talking about them and that we're losers too or something? I don't know.
Wow.
But, so, hey, maybe that means we're doing something right if we're getting some hate mail, right?
Oh, yeah. Okay, I just read it. Whoa. All right. This guy.
Yeah, so maybe he had a little one too many vodka sodas last night and, had a rough day. But, I don't know. Anyway, so we're not going to spend more time on the hate stuff. But, last we talked, Justin Hoover was rumored to be named head coach at Shawnee Mission East. He has been named head coach. By this time, we are 4 practices in to the Hoover era, and it's went well this week. We have definitely gotten some things done this week and gotten a lot better. So everything's moving in the right direction.
Very good.
So,
you know what? You anticipated that was going to go smooth, so it's good. Smooth sailing. You feel confident. You feel good.
Yep, the kids are bought in, and the kids have worked really hard this week, all 4 days, and the film and everything has looked pretty good from practice. Corrections that you're going to have to make week 1, but nothing major glaring that we're like, oh crap, we got to fix this now.
Good.
So it's gone good, and while we're speaking of Hoover, I'll go ahead and drop the news right here. Next week, he is going to join us on the show. Current head coach of Shawnee Mission East, quarterback guru, owner of Spin It Quarterback Academy. And so we will be talking to Justin Hoover next week on the show.
Yeah, that's exciting stuff. He's definitely a sharp football mind. So for him to come on the show is pretty cool. So looking forward to that a lot.
Yeah. So you're saying I'm not a sharp football mind?
No, I have like a second.
Oh, okay.
I'm not. I'm just observing. So.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm just giving you a hard time. So, all right. Well, let's get right into it. Last week we picked the AFC winners. We did have a couple people tweet in and comment on Facebook and stuff with, their thoughts, and we always love to welcome that stuff. If you think we're wrong, if you think we're right, hey, let us know what you think. We love the feedback.
Yeah, we do like the feedback a lot. And, so, dude, let's jump into it. You call the first division. Let's go for it.
All right, well, let's start with one close to my heart.
NFC East.
NFC East.
All right, buddy.
Okay, so.
Who wins?
You know what? I am going to do it, and you can call me a homer if you want, but I'm going Dallas Cowboys win that division this year. Philadelphia struggles a little bit with Super Bowl hangover. Also, breaking news, Nick Foles hurt his shoulder in a preseason game tonight, which I know he's the backup, but, he is the backup that won the Super Bowl. Carson Wentz was playing well when he got hurt. Don't really know how his recovery is going, but Nick Foles did hurt his shoulder tonight in the preseason game against the Patriots.
You got any word on how serious it is?
No, they're not saying anything yet, just that he would not return to the game. So it might not be serious, but that didn't affect my choice. I'm going Cowboys. I think Washington will be better than they have been because they got Alex Smith. I think New York will also be better because of Saquon Barkley, who we have talked about in depth on the show. Don't need to go there. But, I got the Cowboys. Who you got?
So I'll go Eagles. I'll still take the Eagles, NFC East. I think their division their roster got better. I don't see anything slowing them down. I think they're great on both sides of the ball. So I'll just go Philly.
Okay, well, let's move from the East to the West. And NFC West, I'm going Los Angeles Rams. They definitely improved their roster over the last year in the offseason. I mean, they have two solid corners in Talib and Marcus Peters. And they can cover. They've got Aaron Donald in the middle of that defense.
He's going to play?
Yeah, he'll play. They'll get it worked out by the time season starts. So, I think that defense will be really good. Obviously, they've got a young coach, McVay, who's doing a good job. Young quarterback in Goff, Gurley running back. So, they're going to be pretty good. So I'm going LA Rams.
I'm also going with the Rams. I got to go with the Rams. I think they're all in. They definitely went for an all-in type thing this season. When you go through the roster, Goff had an awesome year last year, and you can see like with the change with getting a younger head coach with McVay, you can see how the offense changed from a Fisher to Goff's stats from year to year is ridiculous, right? Steps up quite a bit, and don't forget they got Gurley. I like a team with a strong running game. Mm-hmm. Gurley's also he's a great receiver out of the backfield, and they ran a lot of that stuff last year. Kind of an upgraded wide receiver. I think Watkins was their number one last year. Is that right?
I think so.
So you get Brandon Cooks. Brandon Cooks played really well for the Patriots last year. I think Brandon Cooks will do well again this year. Robert Woods is the other receiver. They got a lot of good guys. And then just the same thing on the defense. With you on that. I think we've seen a Wade Phillips defense with two good corners is lights out.
So he's going to be sending lots of pressure.
Dude, and they got, I forgot they got Sue, but they got Ndamukong Suh, who's still a force. And then Donald will be coming in, blah, blah, blah. So, like, Peters, Talib, it's a nasty defense, and they'll be really good.
And obviously, Wade Phillips has proven he's a great defensive coordinator, especially when he's got two really good corners. He's very familiar with Talib from their time in Denver. So, and Marcus Peters, we know what he did here in Kansas City. Good corner. He can shut down half the field for you. So, with those two guys, you can send lots of pressures and not have to cover for a long time, and that helps your defense.
He's definitely a blitz-happy guy, and I think he'll be doing a lot of the same stuff here. And because he likes, when he has two great corners, it's like just what you said, like they can rush the quarterback, corners can cover.
You feel more comfortable sending extra blitzers when you can play man coverage. And he's got two very good man corners.
Yeah, I would say I don't think Talib, at some point Talib will be, hitting that age thing, but at the same time, like he played well. Talib played well last year. Mm-hmm. It's not like he fell off or anything like that. So, I'm gonna give it to the Rams.
Yeah. So NFC North, probably no surprise here. I'm going Green Bay Packers. I think they would have won the division last year had Rodgers not got hurt. Obviously, the injury derailed that, and they did not win the division. But I'm going Green Bay Packers.
Yeah, I'm going with the same team, Green Bay Packers. I feel exactly the same way. I was talking to some guys earlier today. He was asking about Minnesota. Why do you think Minnesota? He's like, Minnesota potentially has number one defense, which they potentially do. But Aaron Rodgers is that good to me. He's that good.
He's that guy, and he has been for a long time in that division. And I feel like, not to take anything away from Minnesota, but they don't win that division last year if Rodgers stays healthy.
Yeah, I don't think so either. I don't think so. I think Minnesota still makes playoffs, of course.
Yeah.
But I think Green Bay wins, and I think Minnesota grabs wild card. But I got to give it to Green Bay. If they would ever put any kind of defense on that team, they would win another Super Bowl.
I know. The time they won the Super Bowl with Rodgers, they had, number one, number two defense?
Or something like that. Maybe not even that.
Top five.
But I think he said, the only time he's ever had a top 10 defense, they won a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense. So.
Yeah, so, all right, well, we'll move on to the NFC South. I'm going with the New Orleans Saints and Drew Brees, Sean Payton. I think that they will get it done this year and win that division.
Yeah,
I mean, I think it's a two-team race between them and Atlanta. I don't think Carolina or Tampa Bay are good enough to compete for that division. But, I'm going to give the nod to New Orleans.
Okay, so I'm going to go with the other team. I'll go with Atlanta. Basically, they have a full roster as far as like the receivers with Sanu and Jones. Jones will be there. Matt Ryan's is good to great quarterback. Running back is who's their running back again? Who's their running back?
Where?
Falcons.
I can't think of it off the top of my head.
Hold on, I'll pull it up real quick.
Put me on the spot here.
No, I was going to say I'm on the spot too. I'm thinking they have a good running game. Dang it, who is it? Oh yeah, Devonta Freeman.
Oh, Freeman, yeah.
Yeah, and in fantasy it was a couple years ago. He killed it. He's a force to be reckoned with too. So I'll go with them. And I think one thing about the Falcons organization was if you're a fan, you gotta love it because if anything, they are consistent.
They are
Consistently good for the last since they drafted Matt Ryan.
Yeah,
consistently good. And I think Matt Ryan's stayed healthy the whole time.
I think they had like one really bad year since then.
And that's when they got to draft Jones, maybe?
Yeah. But other than that, I mean, consistent is a good word I like to use there. And so that brings me, one of my wild card teams is the Atlanta Falcons. I don't think they missed the playoffs, but I just don't see them winning that division. So I got Atlanta Falcons in one of the wild card spots. And you said Minnesota was one of yours.
Minnesota's definitely one of mine.
Earlier.
Yeah, I do think because I think the NFC I really love Aaron Rodgers. I think NFC North is going to be tight, and I think Minnesota's going to be right there. I don't think they need Kirk Cousins to play lights out because they didn't need Case Keenum to play lights out, and they won that division. That defense is that good, right?
Yeah.
So I'll take Minnesota for the wild card.
Okay. So I have Atlanta as one of mine, and you have Minnesota as your first one.
Yep.
Man, I have gone back and forth on my second wild card team. I'm going to kind of go out on a limb here and say the San Francisco 49ers.
I don't think it's going on a limb. I think Garoppolo's that good.
I think, again, they're going to be in a tough division. I was going back and forth really between them and Philadelphia because I don't want Philadelphia winning the division. So, but ultimately, I'm going to put it right here. I'm going to put it out there for the world. San Francisco 49ers and Jimmy Garoppolo make the playoffs as a wild card team.
For my wild card, I'm going to go with the team that I think will be the most improved team in the NFL, the New York Football Giants.
Whoa, New York Football Giants.
I like the Giants because of Saquon. I also like the Giants because they had a ton of injuries last year, and I really think that Eli is I don't think he's an elite quarterback, but I do think he's a good quarterback at this moment. I think he is a Hall of Famer. We talked about that.
He's definitely a Hall of Famer.
And I think Eli gets a new sense of he's just rejuvenated because of the if you have a running game, it takes a ton of pressure off your quarterback.
So you got no Dallas Cowboys making the playoffs.
No, it's hard for me too because I had them making the Super Bowl last year. And then they had some issues with some injuries, and of course Ezekiel Elliott was having problems. So, but yeah, I like the Giants a lot. I think the thing is, I think Saquon has a chance to be elite. I think Odell is elite. I think Ingram is a good tight end. Solder is an elite left tackle. Then you start going through their defense. Their defense is nice too. It's just it's gonna be there for me, man. I like them a lot. So. I don't know. I'll probably, if I can draft Saquon, I will. It's funny. A lot of mock drafts I've seen so far have him going like third round.
See, to me, that's crazy. Third round,
But I might be way off because running backs. I don't know. You basically have in fantasy, you basically have 3 or 4